All right, welcome. Today we are in our humble little studio here with a humble little setup because we're in Mexico and I want to go and review for you an update on my laptop purchase with Illegear laptops. Now, I'm still using this laptop here today. As you can see, it's functioning. And I just wanted I didn't want to make this video. Okay, I'm not this kind of person that likes to make negative reviews about things, but I felt like this had to be done because I did make a previous video where sharing my 6 months experience of how happy I was with my purchase, talked about the pros and cons, and now it's 1 year later and I don't want anything to do with this company. Okay, so I felt like I have to do this for multiple reasons. One, because I did make a good video promoting it, and now I regret making that video. So this is like an update on that video. I'm going to be going into detail what happened and why I think you should not buy these laptop companies, why I actually regret spending my money with this company, and let's go right into it. So what happened? First of all, for 6 months, again, you can watch the video right there. Okay, where this guy right here, you can go see how I thought about what the pros and cons were. And so what happened was 6 months in, everything was fine. Didn't regret my purchase. And then 6 months afterwards, like literally on the 11th month, right before my warranty period was going to end, I had 1 month on my warranty. 11 months in, my screen just goes black. Like I was watching it, I had like multiple monitors connected, and then I noticed my laptop screen was frozen, and then it started to like dim down and dim down, and then almost like the pixels were dying or something. Until at some point when I turned it on, it was just a blank screen. But the computer was working, laptop was fine. If I connected to an external monitor, everything was okay. It was like the laptop was fine. It was just a laptop screen that was not working. So then I contacted Illegear and I was like, hey, there's something wrong with my laptop. I want to get it fixed. And it was fine during that period. Like, they were there. They're like, okay, yeah, it covers your warranty, blah, blah, blah. We'll change it free of charge. Just bring it over to our customer service center. So I went and I did that. Sent it to the customer service center. I explained to them the problem. I showed it to them. And then the guy was like, okay, well, take it in and we'll get back to you when it's ready. And then I told the guy, okay, look, I don't have a backup for my data. So it's very important that I don't lose my data. Will anything happen to my data? He's like, no, nothing's going to happen to your data. Like, okay, fine. I trust you. Benefit of doubt. I gave him my computer. Okay. And then this is what happened. So I'm going to show you guys full proof of everything as much to my ability. So this is the chat with Illegear here, Illegear support. This is their number. Who knows, maybe they'll change it after they see this video. Regardless, this is, like I said, as real as it gets. So I'm waiting. Okay, I send my laptop in, and like 2 days later or 1 day later, they send me, hey, your laptop's ready for collection. They replaced a new screen. Oh yeah, so when I sent in the laptop, they're like, okay, yeah, we're gonna change it for free, the screen. And then I'm like, can I also request for you to clean it? Can I get, my laptop serviced, get the laptop cleaning and some new thermal paste? Just an upgrade, because I was gonna leave the country and I won't be able to, if anything happened, I won't be able to come back to their customer support center. So I was like, might as well just do a whole checkup. So yeah, then they told me this, right? Come and get it. And I was like, oh wow, so quick, thanks. I was so happy, so fast. And then I get there, okay, I get to the company and they give me back my laptop. I turn it on, the screen's fine, it's working back again. I'm like, yes. And then legit 2 seconds later, or 3 seconds later, after the desktop opens, I get that blue screen, what do you call it? The sad face, your screen turns blue, you get the sad face. I was like, hey, what the hell? And I showed the guy, what's going on? Like, I just got the blue screen. It crashed. And then he restarts it, and we open it again, and it happens again. Then restart it, and open it again, and it happens again. And he's like, wow, I think something might be corrupted. And I was like, what? How? I gave you a perfectly fine laptop. All I wanted was you to change the screen. And now there's something wrong with my hard drive? Like, get this, you sent your thing for repair, and they give it back to you worse than it was. So yes, they fixed the screen, but now I have a corrupted drive. At least my drives were fine. My computer was fine. It was just the display, and I was using an external display, so everything was sort of fine. And now they give it back to me with a corrupted drive. So I calmed down my energy, and I was like, okay, things happen, benefit of doubt, I'm like, can you fix it? And he was like, yes, I'll send it to the repair team. And then he said something really silly, just, we didn't check it after, I'm like, how did this happen? So we didn't check it after we fixed it. So first of all, he just admitted that they fixed it, and then they didn't even bother turning on the computer to see that everything was fine. Because he's like, because you just said you needed the screen fixed, we fixed the screen. And I'm like, what kind of service is this? Like, are you kidding me? Like, you were ready to hand. If I hadn't turned it on at the store, I would have went home, turned it on, and saw something's wrong, and I had to go back. So they didn't even bother to just check that everything is okay after going through my laptop. So here's the thing that drove me crazy, is that it wasn't when they fixed the screen that the problem happened, is that me requesting to get my computer cleaned. This is their technical support. I requested to clean the computer, and in return, they corrupted one of my drives, trying to clean my computer. So this technician guy, whoever the technician team is so bad and so incompetent that not only did they not bother checking the computer to make sure everything's okay, but they corrupted a drive for cleaning a laptop. Anyways, I was calm. I'm like, okay, can you fix it? And I re-emphasized, hey, will this affect my data? I can't lose my data. Okay, you gotta promise me. And he's like, nothing's gonna happen to your data. We're just gonna fix the thing. Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, whatever. Gave it back to them. Waited. Okay, and then this is the message they sent me the next day. Hi, would like to ask, is there any important data inside the laptop? Our technician would like to perform a reformat. So imagine this. I've told them repeatedly that I don't have a data backup, and my data is really important, and they're like, hey, we're going to fix this drive problem. And instead they sent me a message asking if there's any important data after I've told them how important the data is, and that they want to reformat my computer. So they want to reformat my computer. Again, I give it to them all in one piece. They give it back to me now with a corrupted drive, and they want to reformat it. They basically just, it's like returning your food in a restaurant, and because there's something wrong with it that you didn't order, right? It's like they gave you something burnt, and then you give it back to them to fix it, and instead they give it back to you with like a turd and a cockroach inside. So, anyways, so I told them, yes, very important data. I already informed you, customer service is crucial. I don't lose my data. What happened? I sent you the laptop. There's no problems apart from the screen. Don't lose my data. I don't have a backup. What's your solution? Do not reformat. That's what I told them. Do not reformat. And it's like, hey, we'll back up your C drive because C drive is having a Windows issue and it's corrupt. So they corrupted my C drive. And they gave me a bigger headache than what I originally had, right? And I was like, okay, what about my D drive? D drive is my important data. And I told them, you have to fix it without reformatting. And then I sent them a message here telling them how bad the service was. Like, you gotta realize, like, what you guys did was messed up. I gave you something that was okay and gave it back to me worse. And just like how just nonchalant they're being, like, hey, is there anything we're like, there's no like, oh my god, sir, sorry for what happened, this is totally our fault. It's just like, hey, can you reformat your PC? Like, it's just so irritating. having them makes me feel like they don't even give a shit that they, this is my life's work is in this computer, okay? So, is it my fault I didn't back up? Of course it is, but it's also not my fault to have to deal with the technical support making my life worse. And I was like, we won't do anything to the D drive, but I was like, my data is in the D drive. Will it be safe? Why not back up both? Okay, I mean, you just corrupted my drive. Why not you just back up everything and give me 2 new drives to compensate what you just did? And I was like, okay, how did it get corrupted? I sent it for cleaning. How did this happen? And then I told them, listen, this has data of years of work in it. Can't lose the data. Out of the question. You created this situation. You find the solution. I sent it for maintenance, and now you're giving me more headache. Okay? And I told them, tell me exactly what you're going to do, because I don't trust your technical support service anymore. Because literally, as of till this point, it's gotten worse and worse and worse. It's clear that technical support doesn't know what they're doing. Okay? They made me promises and couldn't stick to it. And then it was like, hey, please don't misunderstand. We're not going to remove your data. We're informing you that our technician is requesting to reformat the C drive, which is the OS, as if it's no big deal. And your data in the D drive will not be affected. So basically, I'm going to lose all my softwares. Okay? So I'm like, then why did you ask if it was an important data if what you're saying is like nothing's going to change? It was like, we're requesting so that you know which folder are major and need our attention for backup. So they're asking me which are the major files. So we go, you see the level of incompetence. Like, you ruined the situation. You're supposed to just back up everything. I'm not supposed to tell you and go through my mind which major OS files are. I mean, how do I know, man? It has years of data. You think I can sift through everything mentally? And I was like, we'll try to back up all the available data, of course. However, there might be some missing folders here and there. So no sense of ownership whatsoever. And I was like, not acceptable. It's like any folders in the C drive that might need their attention to be back. They're just repeating the same thing. They're just totally incompetent. Like, and then I told them, hey, are you willing to pay me 50 grand in compensation if I lose my data? Because that's what I'll be losing, which is true. It's way more than 50 grand. I was being nice. Everything is major. I need reassurance because so far it seems like I can't trust your technician. So how do I trust that you won't make this situation worse? And then it goes silent here. This is 20th of May. It goes silent, and then literally I wake up the next day. Hey, we're here to inform you your laptop is ready for collection. So they didn't give me any reassurance of compensation. They just ignored my request entirely, and then they told me that it's ready for collection. So I got really sketched out here. Didn't bother replying. I drove straight to their place. And then I get there, and they had Indeed. So they gave me back the computer. It was working now, except they had Indeed reformatted my C drive. So they reformatted my computer after I had told them not to do it. So get this. I told them, do not reformat. Are you going to compensate me if something happens? They ignore me. And then they'd go and do exactly what I told them not to do. And basically, I had to reinstall. I didn't lose my data, like all my pictures and my files and all that. But I had to go back and reinstall all the programs that I had installed previously. Some of them, like let's say if I had some games, the data will be reset for certain things if it wasn't saved in the cloud. I had huge other softwares that still haven't reinstalled because, I mean, there was a lot of things I had years of work into this laptop that I've installed in terms of softwares, and now I had to redo it again and re-optimize my laptop back to the settings that were comfortable. And then when I get there, I'm like, I told you guys not to reformat. Why'd you do it? And they're just like, yeah, no, your data is fine. Your data is fine. So basically, they ignored my request, did not give me compensation or reassurance at all, and just did the thing that I told them not to do. Whether or not it was the right answer, it's the fact that I told them not to do it. We didn't have an agreement. Like, we didn't agree, okay, fine, do the reformatting. And they still went and did the thing that I told them not to do without the green light. I never gave them a green light to do it, and they still did it. So it's basically like an indirect, like, go fuck yourself. Like, that's what they were they did to me, basically. And the worst part of all this is that when I was there at the center, and I basically had to lay it out all for them before they even apologized for this whole situation. So I've shown you the chat. There's been absolutely no apology in that chat. Okay, not once were they like, "Hey, sorry for the inconvenience, bro." Like, not at all. And even when I got there and I told them, "I told you not to do this, but you still did it," and they were like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, blah 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 blah," and not a single sorry, not a single, let us make this better for you, let us make the situation better. None of that until I laid out the whole thing, like, "Hey, you guys know you screwed up, right?" And they're like, "What do you mean by screwed up?" Wanted to punch the guy so hard. I laid it out for them, and then it's only when I said, "And you guys didn't even have the common courtesy to apologize for the shitty service that you did," and then he's like, "Oh, sorry." So it took all that for him to realize that he needed to apologize. And again, I'm not this kind of customer. It's the fact that, like, dude, the other time, a few days ago, I went and got a haircut. The guy was a total idiot. Did exactly not what I wanted to do, and I still paid the guy, and I went on my way. Okay, so I'm not that kind of customer that's just like expecting high-end services, and if this doesn't happen, I'm gonna go do a shitty YouTube review about you. Like, I'll take my losses and I'll go. I'm like, all right, well, I'm just never getting my money again. But this was like to the extreme, man. They almost lost my data. They gave me the worst technical support ever. The worst. Their staff has no idea what he's doing, and no basic courtesy to take ownership of their problem, to admit that they were wrong, to compensate for the inconvenience or losses, and to even apologize for their terrible service. None of that. And I was fed up, and I gave them a piece of my mind. I told them, "You guys are the worst," and some other stuff. And the worst part is that, here's the thing: this is 1,400 USD laptop. Okay, so it's not as simple as me, like, you know what? I'm not going to use this laptop. I'm just going to go buy another one. Like, I have to save up to buy this, and if I lose this right now, I can't buy another laptop. I just don't have the expenses to spend that much on a new laptop. Okay, I have other expenses. I've got phones. I got other things. So it's not an easy replacement purchase. Oh, my $1,000 laptop just got busted. I'm gonna just get another one. Okay, I can't do that. Okay, and this is a high ticket item, and I'm not their only customer. So you can't just treat people who spend this much money with your company with this type of service. Number two, this is a Malaysian bespoke laptop company. Bespoke is like the worst bespoke service ever. So if something was to happen to my laptop, the only place I can fix it is back at that service center. So right now I'm overseas. So if anything was to happen to it, nothing I can do. I'm like, I've already swallowed that pill. This is the risk I'm going to take. I'm just going to take good care of this computer. And I wouldn't be surprised if in 6 months the screen or something else pops off, because while these things were affordable, again, go watch the other video, and the specs for this type of price is like amazing. There's no point if the build can't even handle itself. What's the point in getting all these specs if it's going to overheat, if the screen is going to get a bust, if something happens I can't even fix it because I need to send it back all the way to Malaysia? So if you bought it and now you traveled and left the country, too bad. Okay, you can't. You can't get it fixed anywhere else. So that's why I say you shouldn't buy this laptop, because because of this major issue is the lack of technical support. So if you're someone who's going to just stay in Malaysia or Singapore and that's not an issue for you, it's the fact that the technical support, which is the only people you can rely on, because again, this is the only laptop brand in that location, you have to rely on their support, and their support is so bad that they will ruin your laptop before they even fix it for you. Then you're in trouble, mate. And I'm not the only person to experience this. My friend who had recommended this laptop to me in the first place, he had a similar situation when he needed to send his laptop for repair, which was ironically a little under a year. It was like about 10, 11 months since he bought it. And he warned me, hey, be careful when you send this. Their support is actually really bad. And I was like, maybe it's just a one-off situation. But lo and behold, I had an even worse situation than he did. So I can imagine many other customers have experienced that. And because seeing that level of incompetence, I know for a fact that, whether this is a managerial issue, an operational issue, or lack of training or whatever, it's not going to change. Because again, me and my friend are not the first people to complain. They haven't improved since my friend's situation. Okay, they gave him a similar experience, super incompetent, and that was like months before my experience. Nothing changed. Okay, he gave them. He went and he like shouted at them. So he gave them like way more negative pressure, negative feedback, and they didn't do anything. Because when I got there, they were just as incompetent, even worse. So even after I laid it out to them and told them this is everything they did wrong and how they need to get their act together, I doubt that that's changed anything. Okay, I doubt any of this is going up to the higher ups, or even if it is, they're not going to take action until they start losing money, until they see a hole in their revenue. Then they're going to be like, you know what? Maybe we should start taking care of our customers better. So that's why I'm making this, because I made a video promoting them and I regret it. And also, they need to learn from the internet needs to know, so that when people are going to buy this, they know what they're getting into. And because Illegear didn't do their due diligence, okay, hopefully this video can cause some ripple effects for them to wake up, okay, and stop cheating people for their money like this. So that is my 1 year review of Illegear and why you should not buy this. It is the worst laptop company in Malaysia. Don't get it. Again, there's no point in these amazing specs if the build can't even handle it. What is the point? And if the build can't even handle it, you have to send it to support and they won't even help you. What's the point? Okay, it is a money trap. Do not buy Illegear. That is my final words. Let me know in the comments